When we're talking about angles, we talk about three different types of angles. The first is called an acute angle. An acute angle is one that is less than 90 degrees. And as you see here, this is less than 90 degrees. We know that a 90 degree is a right angle. We notate it a bit like that. Second one, an obtuse angle, is anywhere from 90 degrees, but not including 90, up to 180 degrees, but not including 180 degrees. So this angle in here is an obtuse angle. It's more than a right angle, but it's not quite a straight line. And then anything bigger than an obtuse angle is a reflex angle, like this bottom one. So anything more than 180 degrees. And you see the little circle around there, just like that, just signifying that it's the bigger part of that angle that we're looking for. That's a reflex angle. So let's see how to measure these angles, because we can tell what type they are, usually by looking at them, but we use a protractor to help us measure them. And the first thing on the protractor is it has a baseline. You'll see just along the bottom here, we have a baseline. And we make sure that that line is along one of the lines of our angle. What we then do is make sure that the focus of the protractor, the target, so this little bit here, is right at the very point of the angle. And so you can see just underneath it, my angle goes out up here. Now, the next thing is we need to read the scale. So, how do you do that? Well, if I look at my protractor, the angle is starting here. I'm going to measure from here all the way around to there. And we start from 0, so I'm going to use the inside scale of this and work my way right the way round to here. And you notice in this angle, it's nice that the second spoke of the angle, the second arm of it, lies on 50 degrees. So that angle is an acute angle of 50 degrees. And that should make sense because we know that acute angles are less than 90. This second angle is an obtuse angle. And so again, what I do is I make sure that the base of my protractor, the 0 line to 180 line, is along one of the arms of the angle, and that the target is bang on the point of the angle, just there. Okay, so that my protractor is now in place, and I'm going to read off where that second arm goes along my protractor. So I'm going to read off here. Now, this time I need to be a little careful again. This time I'm measuring all this angle here. And so I'm starting at 0 and working my way round. Now you'll notice 0 is in the outside scale of this protractor this time. So I'm going to read the numbers on the outside. And so if you look, it just crosses here at 120. So make sure I read the outside scale and read 120 and not 60 degrees. And again, that should make sense because I know that an obtuse angle has to be bigger than 90 degrees but less than 180. Finally, my reflex angle, what I want to do is find this angle here. And you can get 360 degree protractors, but usually we only have 180 degree ones. So the way that we go about it is we work out the angle on the inside, and then we take it away from 360. And the reason being because we know that there's 360 degrees in one full circle. So again, match up my protractor, put the point on the point of the angle, and I want to find this angle here. My scale starts at 0, so I'm going to use the inside scale. And you'll notice that it nearly gets up to 40, but not quite. So if I look at the graduations on the outside scale, I can see that there's the big number, 140. My angle is actually 2 degrees less than that. But we were using the inside scale. So the angle on the inside there is 40 minus 2, which is 38 degrees. However, our angle that we're looking for is a reflex angle. So my angle is 360 degrees minus 38, which is 322 degrees.